So, one of the most hated on teams this year is going to be, without a doubt, the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are going to be hated on. You've already had people like Nick Wright and all of them trying to take dumps on the Lakers, saying, oh, they had the worst offseason and all of that. You got bozos on the internet talking about the Lakers are going to be a play-in team. The Lakers aren't going to be good. First, they're not going to be good. There's a first-round exit. And all. Like, they're trying to qualify it every single way. Why? Because they mad that they told a 42-year-old dinosaur of a favorite player to leave. That's what it's all about.
The corporate sports media is looking seriously rattled after ESPN senior insider Brian Windhorst dropped a major reality check on national television. For weeks, media personalities have been pushing the idea that the Los Angeles Lakers wrecked their future by moving on from LeBron James. But now, some analysts are looking at the actual basketball and predicting something completely different. A Lakers team capable of stacking up wins throughout the regular season. Suddenly, that doom and gloom narrative isn't looking nearly as solid as advertised. So, do you agree with Brian Windhorst that Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves can carry the Los Angeles Lakers to a huge win total without LeBron James? Or are the critics right that this roster could fall apart? Drop your take in the comments below because this debate is getting wild.
And you're going to have media, fanboys in the media hating on the Lakers. That they would love nothing more. They don't even want them to make the playoffs. Do you know why? Because usually whenever LeBron leaves a team, the team is so destroyed that the team the next year doesn't make the playoffs. And they want to say it's the LeBron effect. You see, LeBron leaves and then you can't make the playoffs. That's what they want, but that's not going to happen this year. Right? It's going to be a sad ass year for them. Maybe with another franchise. Maybe after he leaves Philly, but not LA. Sorry.
There is no question that the Los Angeles Lakers are walking into this upcoming season with a giant target on their backs. Turn on a sports show, fire up a basketball podcast, or scroll through social media, and it won't take long before somebody starts taking shots at the purple and gold. Analysts such as Nick Wright have strongly criticized the direction of the franchise, while other commentators have painted Rob Pelinka's offseason moves as a massive gamble. Online, the heat has been just as intense. Some commentators are already predicting that Los Angeles will struggle around the play-in picture, get bounced early in the playoffs, or simply fail to live up to expectations. But why has the reaction become this heated? A huge part of the conversation centers around one obvious change. LeBron James is no longer part of the Lakers' plans. For years, LeBron was the face of this team. So moving into a new era was always going to create noise. Some media voices clearly believe Los Angeles made the wrong call by prioritizing its future instead of continuing to build around an aging superstar. And if the Lakers struggle, those critics will have plenty of material to work with. That is where things get especially interesting. Teams that lose an all-time great player can often face a painful transition, especially when years of win-now moves have affected draft capital, roster flexibility, and young talent. That has created an easy storyline for critics. If Los Angeles falls apart, they can point at LeBron's departure and say, look, see what happens when the king leaves? You can't win without him. But there is one serious problem with that storyline. The Lakers might actually be pretty good.
So today I came across an article here from fadeawayworld.net featuring some comments that Brian Windhorst made. I don't want to read it. It says Brian Windhorst makes bold prediction about the new look Lakers. It says senior ESPN insider Brian Windhorst thinks the new look Lakers could be better than many expect, largely because of the partnership between Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves. The Lakers underwent massive changes this offseason with LeBron James' departure and the addition of Walker Kessler. While there's still big concerns about the roster, Windhorst believes that having Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves together gives the Lakers a foundation capable of getting them a lot of regular season success. Speaking on the Hoop Collective podcast, Windhorst said,
a fascinating article published on fadeawayworld.net highlighted comments from ESPN senior insider Brian Windhorst that pushed directly against the collapse predictions. Windhorst has covered LeBron's career closely for decades, which makes his outlook on this new-look Lakers roster especially interesting. During the Hoop Collective podcast, he argued that people may be sleeping on Los Angeles, largely because of what Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves can do together. Instead of getting trapped in all the offseason drama, Windhorst focused on the basketball. His point was simple. Luka and Austin give Los Angeles two highly skilled offensive creators who can control possessions, create shots, and generate enough offense to pile up regular season victories, even if the roster has weaknesses elsewhere.
I haven't said that. Honestly, 45.5 does surprise me. That does surprise me that it's that low.
Well, here's the thing. Reeves and Luka are so good. And there's a reasonable sample size that shows that those guys playing together are going to generate a fair amount of wins, even if you have deficiencies elsewhere. I also think that here's the thing. When you look at Kessler, so many people are going to focus on the trade cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that we could get into a situation in the next, 6 to 12 months where we say, boy, if the Lakers had just handled that a little differently, they would be able to do whatever that is part of the opportunity cost. But
Windhorst put it this way: Reeves and Luka are so good, and there is a reasonable sample size that shows that those guys playing together are going to generate a fair amount of wins, even if you have deficiencies elsewhere. That is a pretty big statement considering how much criticism this roster has received. Windhorst then turned his attention toward the off-season addition of defensive center Walker Kessler. Critics may debate the assets Los Angeles surrendered to Utah, but from a pure basketball standpoint, the potential fit is easy to understand.
if you look at the actual fit, it's a great fit.
Yeah,
in theory.
and he needs to be a first-team all-defensive selection. Remember his position. So I'm saying he needs to be
first team. I mean, I don't know about first team. But
Windy, if he's not a top 5 defense player in the league, they are going to be abysmal on that.
I'm not going to focus on top 5. He needs to have a good season. He needs to play a lot of games, and he needs to fill the role that he was brought there for, which is to rim run and defend the front of the rim.
He needs to clean up a lot of messes on the defensive end of the floor.
Well, he can do that, quite frankly.
That's what they brought him there for.
Kessler gives the Lakers something their offensive stars desperately need: a big man who can run the floor, finish pick-and-roll opportunities above the rim, and protect the paint. Instead of asking him to dominate the ball or create complicated offense, Los Angeles can give him a clear job: set hard screens, roll to the basket, clean up around the rim, and make opponents think twice before attacking the paint. That kind of presence could make life much easier for the Lakers' perimeter players. A reliable rim protector behind Luka and Reeves can cover defensive mistakes, challenge drivers, and give the entire defense more room to operate aggressively. If Kessler delivers at a high level, the Lakers could look far more balanced than some critics expect. And this is where the numbers being discussed around the team become difficult to ignore. During the 2025-26 campaign, the Lakers reportedly went 30-11 in games where Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves shared the floor. That is already an eye-catching sample.
He says the numbers certainly support his argument. During the 25-26 season, the Lakers went 30-11 when Dončić and Reeves played together. Interesting, isn't it? Perhaps even more encouraging for the Lakers post-LeBron, they were 9-2 when Dončić and Reeves played without LeBron James. Dončić averaged a league-leading 33.5 points, 33.5 points, last season, while Reeves had the best scoring average of his career at 23.3 points. With LeBron no longer there to demand possessions, these two should have a lot more control of the ball. But the key to all of this is Walker Kessler, who could be the one to help piece this entire roster together. That distinction is important. The Lakers may eventually regret the assets they gave up to acquire Kessler, especially if another star becomes available and they lack enough assets to go out and get him. But judging purely from a basketball standpoint, Kessler addressed one of the Lakers' big.
But the numbers without LeBron are what really turn heads. In games where Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves played without LeBron James, Los Angeles reportedly posted a stunning 9-2 record. 9 wins, 2 losses. That does not automatically guarantee what happens over an entire new season, but it certainly gives Windhorst's argument some serious weight. Then look at the individual production. Luka Dončić led the NBA in scoring last season at an enormous 33.5 points per game, while Austin Reeves reportedly jumped to a career-best 23.3 points per night. That is a nasty 1-2 offensive punch, and now both players are positioned to take on even more responsibility. With LeBron no longer commanding a major share of the possessions, the offensive hierarchy becomes much clearer. Luka can dictate the tempo, manipulate defenses, hunt mismatches, and create open looks, while Reeves can attack gaps, handle secondary creation, and punish teams that throw too much attention at Luka. Instead of 3 major creators fighting for touches, the Lakers can build the offense around a cleaner 2-man engine, and that could change the entire vibe of this team. The piece that could tie this entire Lakers machine together is Walker Kessler. Media critics have spent plenty of time arguing that Rob Pelinka gave up too much draft capital to land him, warning that Los Angeles could regret spending those assets if another superstar suddenly becomes available. But forget the trade machine drama for a second and look strictly at basketball. Kessler directly addresses one of the Lakers' biggest weaknesses from last season. Los Angeles ranked 20th in defensive rating last year, and a major issue was the lack of a true vertical rim protector who could make drivers think twice. Putting Kessler behind Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves gives the backcourt much-needed protection when opponents break through the first line of defense. On the other end, Kessler's ability to finish above the rim could give Luka an extremely dangerous pick-and-roll partner. Luka attracts ridiculous defensive attention, and now defenses could have another problem flying toward the basket. And the front office did not stop at center. Los Angeles also added energetic two-way depth, bringing in players like Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, and Zaire Williams to help handle perimeter responsibilities. Naturally, questions remain. Some analysts still wonder whether the perimeter defense will hold up against elite teams, while others argue that losing a superstar veteran changes the Lakers' postseason ceiling until this new group proves itself. But even Windhorst refused to join the disaster parade. Instead of predicting some spectacular collapse, he argued that the Lakers should be fine and capable of stacking up plenty of regular season victories. Now we get into where the media logic starts getting messy. Let's use the same standard that Nick Wright and other commentators have used when defending their favorite stars. When critics argued that LeBron's overall Lakers tenure had produced limited postseason success outside of the bubble championship, Wright pushed back with this argument. Well, if his time in LA is a failure, then so is Kawhi Leonard, so is Nikola Jokic, and so is everyone else who didn't win multiple titles. Fine, then that standard should apply everywhere. If the Los Angeles Lakers do not win the NBA Finals this season, does that automatically make their season a complete failure? 30 teams enter the league chasing one trophy, and 29 eventually finish without it. Does that mean 29 organizations had disastrous seasons? And if the newly constructed Philadelphia 76ers get knocked out in the second round again, are we going to hear the same harsh judgment? The standard should stay consistent no matter which superstar or franchise is being discussed. And I'm putting my own prediction on the table. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to have a significantly better regular season than the Philadelphia 76ers. We already got glimpses last season of what Los Angeles could look like when its former star was unavailable. The Lakers played faster, moved the basketball quickly, and often looked comfortable operating through a more fluid offensive structure. The spacing opened up, possessions flowed differently, and other players had more opportunities to make decisions instead of waiting around for one player to control everything. Even head coach J.J. Redick discussed the challenge of fitting different styles into an offense that had already developed its own rhythm. That does not mean one player was responsible for every problem, but it does show why changing the roster could create a cleaner identity around Luka, Reeves, and this younger supporting cast. And moving on from a superstar also changes everything surrounding the basketball team. The non-stop debates, television segments, social media wars, legacy arguments, and constant speculation that follow a player of LeBron's profile can become a massive distraction around any franchise. That spotlight has now shifted away from Los Angeles, giving this Lakers group an opportunity to build its own identity without every possession becoming another national debate. The locker room can now focus on a younger core with clearly defined roles. Luka runs the show. Reeves operates as a major secondary creator. Kessler protects the paint and attacks the rim, while the supporting cast handles the dirty work around them. And then we get to the favorite argument from Lakers critics: defense, defense, defense. Some commentators keep insisting that Los Angeles cannot survive defensively without its former veteran star. But that argument deserves a closer look instead of automatically being treated as fact. At this stage of his career, LeBron was no longer consistently providing elite perimeter defense possession after possession. There were stretches where his transition effort and defensive rotations drew criticism, particularly when conserving energy for his massive offensive workload. At his age, that is understandable, but it also means the Lakers are not necessarily losing the defensive force some media narratives make him out to be. Now Los Angeles can redistribute those responsibilities. Younger legs can chase shooters, Kessler can erase mistakes around the rim, and the Lakers can build a defensive structure designed around what this roster actually does well, rather than trying to recreate what worked several years ago. Yet somehow, plenty of media defenders barely talked about those defensive concerns. Instead, much of the online conversation focused on whether the organization somehow disrespected LeBron by moving in a different direction. But was it really disrespect, or was the front office simply looking at age, roster construction, and the reality of professional basketball? Building an entire championship system around a 42-year-old player would be an enormous gamble for any NBA franchise. Just look at where the modern NBA is heading. The league is packed with younger, faster, more athletic teams that can fly in transition, switch defensively, and attack for 48 minutes. That helps explain why Rob Pelinka lowered the average age of this roster while adding more size, length, speed, and vertical athleticism to compete in a brutal Western Conference. Critics are free to believe losing a legendary veteran automatically makes Los Angeles worse. But if Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves start lighting up scoreboards, Walker Kessler starts rejecting shots at the rim, and the Lakers climb toward the top of the Western Conference, those preseason predictions are going to look very different. And you already know those old clips will start resurfacing all over social media. I'm standing by this prediction right now. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to have a fantastic regular season. They have two dangerous creators in Luka and Reeves, a legitimate rim protector in Kessler, younger legs around them, and a roster that appears designed to play faster and with clearly defined roles. Nothing is guaranteed in the NBA, especially when injuries and playoff matchups can change everything. But writing this team off before the season even starts looks way too premature. Brian Windhorst comments about the new-look Lakers have thrown another twist into a debate that was already getting heated. While some critics see a team headed backward, Windhorst sees enough talent between Luka, Reeves, and this revamped supporting cast to generate a serious number of wins. Now the Lakers finally get the chance to settle the argument where it matters, on the court. So what do you think? Are the Lakers about to prove the doubters wrong, or are the critics seeing something everyone else is missing? Drop your prediction in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with another basketball fan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.